Welcome back to Gennadoingthings, yeah. For those of you who are new here, welcome to my bedroom. Oh, this hair is standing so weird because I just took it out of a ponytail. Okay, let's go. If you guys ever want to see curly content, just take a browse through my YouTube videos and my Instagram. Anyway, okay, let's get into the episode. Okay, so many of you guys suggested the show to me on Instagram. The Ultimatum, Marry or Move On, is a show hosted by Nick and Vanessa Lachey. They also host Love is Blind, where people get married or like get engaged before meeting each other. And this is also a show around marriage. So these are couples that have been together for whatever amount of time. One person in the relationship is giving the other the ultimatum. So how it works is that these couples, they come in together and then they break up. They will then be dating. So there's not new people coming to that. So different to like different dating shows, there's not other people like Temptation Island, for example. There's not other people coming in to tempt them. The couples that are participating in the experiment are the couples that will date each other, like recouple up basically, and then spend some time together, living together, I think for 3 weeks or something. And then they will switch back to their original partners and then make the decision before they leave at the end of the season or the series. Will they get engaged with their original partners, get engaged with their new partners, leave with their new partners, or just leave alone? So first we have Hunter, who's 28 years old, and Alex, his girlfriend, 25. They've been dating for 2 years. Alex gave Hunter the ultimatum, and isn't that always what girls do? The thing of I want to be married before I'm 30, but I think from Alex what she really wants is a commitment. He seems to want all of the wifey things from a girlfriend that she says, like, you don't even want to put a ring on my finger. He says when he meets the right girl, he'll know. Didn't you meet me 2 years ago? Like that's a sign for me that like he doesn't want to get married to her. But okay, already, like before this process starts, I can tell you they are not gonna get married. Like if he says something like that, then it was not me, because you've met me, so you would have must known by now. Also from the pictures, like they seem cute and whatever that they have of them from their relationship, but them in the video diaries chair, like it's really cold. I see no chemistry between them, so it's just like this is already not giving me positive vibes for the end, so I don't really have hope for the two of them. But what I like about Alex is that she's not afraid to say what she wants. She says that and a lot of the couples are obviously talking about money. Money is a big thing, especially when, obviously that's something you talk about when you get married. And she's not afraid to say that getting married to her is a financial and emotional decision. She doesn't just want a comfortable life. She wants to live a good life. And I like props to her for saying that, because a lot of people are like, we can have nothing and just be together. And she's just like, no. I want a good, loving relationship, but I also want to love good, honey. Then we have Madeline and Colby, who are definitely breaking up at the end of this process. Like, I'll be so surprised if they end up getting engaged, because he gives her the ultimatum. Colby is 25 and Madeline is 24. They're like met in college and have been together since. Now they have left college and he wants to get married and like have babies and like I want to like dedicate my life to you kind of thing, and just like start a life together. And she's just like don't touch me kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? Like he in the like when they're talking about their relationship, like in their video diaries, you can see like visibly that he had been crying and being emotional about like how much he loves her, how much he's into this, how much he wants this process to work. And she's just like, I don't believe that there's only one person for you. Okay, then we have April and Jake, and they seemed for me like from the beginning, she's like talking about having kids, being serious, like he was in the military. Like I thought they were much older than what they actually are. I don't know how long they are dating. I think it's like around 3 years. But April is 23 and Jake is 26, and she is like, they seem to have really good chemistry and they seem like they give me positive vibes. But what I am feeling from April is that she really desperately just wants to have a family and be married and have kids right now. And she's like ready to do that without him even. So, like, is it about him or is it about what you are trying your life to go into? But they seem cute and in love, and he seems like, he loves her. Definitely, I can say that. Jake, having just retired from the military, I think is having to start a new career. So he says he wants to be financially stable. Before getting married. And she thinks, I think after you leave the military, you obviously get some like money package or whatever. So she, in her mind, it's like you are financially stable enough. But I think in his mind, it's like he wants to be stable within his career before he does that. But she says a lot of men use that as an excuse. And even on the episode, when you see her talking to the other guys, a lot of them bring that up and say, but I want to be financially stable first. And she's like, a lot of the times that's also just an excuse. And she's just like, also, I have enough money. I don't need to be taken care of. I can take care of me. Then we have Shanique and Randall. Shanique is 24. I didn't write down how old Randall is. I'll add it to somewhere. But they've only been dating for a year and a half. I don't know. These days people get married after months. So who knows? But Randall says he wants to settle debt first. And has declined multiple conversations around marriage from Shanique, because that's a different thing than saying I want to be financially stable. Like if you are gonna come into a marriage with debt, I would want you to sort that out first too. So I don't know why she's being so pushy, but it seems like she has a lot of things. Like she's ready to like be married, have kids, and he says it seems like she is more ready and prepared for a wedding than it is for a marriage. And that's kind of key to making a marriage last. Like it's not just about the wedding, okay? We are gonna have to spend the rest of our lives together. Then we have Ray and Zay, who are 24 and 25. She wants to be a ring and she wants to be a wifey, and she doesn't really seem to be into him. With her, it's the same to me like the previous girl, Shanique, where it's just like, okay, it's this, and like we, did college and now we graduated and now we need to be engaged and then we're going to be married and then we have to have kids and blah, blah, blah. It's all just about the sequence, but she can't even verbalize how she feels about this guy. Like, really? Zay feels like they just graduated, so they must find their feet first before finding married. And that is, for me, like the best way. Like, he's actually thinking about building a foundation with you first before just like jumping into something. And then our last couple is Nate and Lauren, who is 29 and 30. And the reason why I left them last is because this is the most appropriate age for me for the sampling of couples for this kind of experiment. I think that it missed the mark in like ultimatum, how can I say, sorting. Like couples that are usually on ultimatum phases are people that have been married, like dating for 10 years or engaged for 10 years and there's no wedding. Or they're like early 30s, mid 30s, like hatful level of like, if you don't do this, I'm gonna go. And like most of these couples are in their mid or even early 20s. Like, why are they on the show? Nate and Lauren is the only two that make sense for me, and that's the only way that they make sense to me, because in every other way I feel like these two are definitely not gonna work out. Like, they will not be leaving here engaged, because they are the only couple that have a hard difference between them, difference in opinion that they have to overcome. Everyone else is like a growth thing or trying to see if it's really you, but not something between us that we disagree on, that we have to work out between us before we can get married. He very desperately wants kids. She does not want kids at all. She says that it doesn't seem like it's a hard, fast no to her. I think she says that it's not a hard no, but she's very hesitant because he works a lot and she's wondering, like, how am I going to raise this kid by myself when I don't even want kids and you want them so bad? He's not ever there. I think that that's a very difficult thing that they will have to overcome, and she doesn't believe in sacrifice. She believes in compromise, and he says he doesn't understand how you're going to compromise on children. You can't have half a child. But I think that he's not comforting her fear around how the raising of kids is going to happen if he's so busy. That's a big stumbling block. So I don't know how they're going to work that out. And they don't seem like they are going to. Okay, so like I said, this episode is called The Split. I think like everyone's just emotional. Like all the couples are kind of just like talking through kind of what their strategy is. Like, what do you want to learn? What do you want to get from this? What is your strategy going to be with like who you choose to like date or whatever? And sparks are flying. People are really getting to know each other. People are really dating. Some people are really like, we are breaking up, like we are single. And then I'll see you again in 3 weeks. And it's interesting to see who's kind of matching with who. Like I said, it's going to be interesting to see how they like recouple and how they match like in this pool of people. But Hunter and Alex are like very boring people. Like I don't see myself getting emotionally invested in them. Actually, between Colby and Maddie, like Madeline is very attracted to Randall. And Randall's kind of into it too. Like you can see they have a connection. And it's funny because while Shanique and Randall are talking, like before they do this like split up kind of thing, their last kind of night together or whatever, she's from there already like regretting this process. Like you can't come into making a decision like this, dragging your mans into a situation where you put him under an ultimatum and you said, let's date other people and then let's see if we like choose each other in the end, and then get mad when he gets attracted to other people. But yeah, you can see there is a connection between Randall and Madeline. Even though Colby is very focused on leaving the experiment with like getting married or being engaged to Madeline, there is a connection between him and Lauren. Like I said, I didn't like Lauren and Nate. I don't think that they are going to end up together. And she's becoming more likable when I see her talk to Colby. I'm really warming up to her. Like she warms up as a person, and I think he makes her feel really comfortable. Like he's even confident in saying like he thinks that she will have kids. Like Nate's just not making her feel comfortable and like supportive enough with her. And I think like wow, from that conversation, that's a very spot on analysis. And I think that they would actually make a good vibe. I'm excited to see how that's gonna go. And then we have April and Jake. April's just saying that all the boys are making excuses about money. And Jake seems to have a very apparent connection with Ray. And Ray is like seemingly non-expressive about how she feels about her boyfriend and blah, blah, blah. And here she's just like finding connections with this Jake guy. And I do think they have it's because of their obvious similarities. They both, they agree about how many kids they want to have. They're both only kids. They're both close to their moms. Like mom is boy and mom is girl, and they both have this Italian background. I don't know if that's just superficial. Like, why are Americans like so obsessed with their percentage of heritage? Like, I'm 25% black and I'm 25.3% Italian and French. Like, shut the fuck up. And then Zay, who I think is like super cute, is just like not really doing anything for me. Like I don't know if he's taking this thing seriously. Like he seems to like his girlfriend and like be into it with her. But he's the one that's being put under ultimatum. But he doesn't seem to have a purpose. Like he's just really going with the flow. But if he doesn't like get up, put a pep in his step and get serious, it seems like his girlfriend is very much and can easily move on. I also don't think that Ray and Zay are gonna stay together in this process. Like the way that she just quickly became attracted and super into this other guy, like she has just been waiting. At the end of the one-on-one dates and the group dates, I think it's very obvious by the end of the episode to see where the strongest connections lie, outside of the original couples that came into the house. And you can also see very clearly, I think, the cracks in the original couples. At the end of the group date, they kind of spoke about us in the group, like, what is your top picks or what's like your strongest connections from the day. Some answered, some didn't. But I think it's very obvious by the end of the episode. And I also think I spoke too soon when I said that I wouldn't be invested in Alexis, because I think that she's going to provide very entertaining content for the show. She said that Colby was her topic, and he literally said, I do not see a future with you that involves marriage. Rejected it to her face. And you know what? I like that about him. He is so open and honest about how he feels. And I think that's why everyone kind of likes him, because he says it how it is. But her face, man, she's like, how dare you? To my face? It is very clear that Madeline and Randall have something going on there. Like, Randall's girlfriend is already jealous, but like Madeline is excited to explore a relationship outside of Colby, and not with anyone else. She is solely attracted to Randall. Like, my girl is just too excited. It is clear right from the start that Jake and Ray are going to be a problem. Like, she's already opening up so much more to this man than to her boyfriend. She's way more expressive. They are definitely have a strong, like, a parent connection. And he's like, he was gonna lay it low in the process and just try to leave with April. But now there's a possibility that he might be able to better himself for the right person. Like, what? This is going to be interesting, and you can already see who are the main characters of the show and which characters are falling to the background. I mean, it's very apparent. I'm very excited to see what this experiment is going to look like. I was just so skeptical of Love is Blind in the beginning, but I really got into it. So I'm excited to see how the rest of the season will unfold. What do you guys think? Those of you who have already watched the end, don't give the spoilers away, please. For those of you who haven't watched and are going to watch with me, what do you think is going to happen? What are your predictions from these couples? For now, I don't know how often I'm going to upload these, but I'm actually about to jump into the episode number 2 right away. So I'm going to try and watch and film as quick as I can. You guys let me know what would you think, because I'm also going to be filming the Kardashians, and those are only going to come out once a week. So I will have at least one episode or one YouTube video to upload on keeping up per week. I still need to film episode 1. But this one I can do a bit quicker because all the episodes are out already. You guys tell me what you want to do. Do you want to do one a week? Do you want to do them just like all as soon as possible? Like, Jenna, get to work, bitch. Either way, thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to join the conversation in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. See you next time. Bye.